Mike with GRETA'S Guns, and today we're going to talk a little bit about trying to evade the FET tax. So, most of you know, back July 1st, California passed an 11% excise tax for all firearm and ammunition and precursor part sales. So, a lot of people are confused about the precursor part thing, and that's basically what that means is 80% receivers, frames, that kind of stuff. This rifle, for instance, this is an Aero Precision Solus rifle that Aero Precision gave us about a year and a half ago. They let us do some videos with it, and this thing's been freaking awesome. This comes as a complete rifle, but they also sell actions. Now, if you were to buy this as a complete rifle, then you would basically be paying 11% on the entire total of this gun. So, let's say that this rifle by itself with nothing on it is $3,000. You would then pay 11% on the $3,000 as well as the state tax. You know, for us here it's 7.25. LA County, I believe it's 10.5. So in some places you're paying over 20% in tax just to acquire this rifle. Now, if you were to just buy a lower, for instance, you know, switch into ARs real quick, you could buy a lower. You're only paying excise tax on the actual gun, which the lower is the gun. The upper, all the other parts, none of that is taxed. So you could purchase a lower, buy all the parts, build it yourself, have us build it, have someone else build it, whatever. And now instead of paying 11% on a $2,000-$3,000 build, you're paying 11% on $150, $200 lower. Now, the only time that doesn't really apply is with pistol frames, and that includes lowers registered as a pistol, handgun frames, Glock frames, and FCUs. So the problem with pistols in California is that it is not legal for a dealer to transfer a new frame, FCU, pistol lower, anything like that by itself. Now, if you found one on consignment somewhere or used private party transfer, you're allowed to purchase these, but you cannot order an FCU, you can't order a pistol frame, you can't get a lower and register it as a pistol legally. There's lots of dealers out there that do that, but if you're a dealer and you actually look in the DRO system, there is nowhere for pistol frame in the drop down. But if you go to like a private sale, private handgun sale, you could find pistol frame in the drop down, and the reason is you cannot transfer this because it's not on the roster. It's not built as a rostered pistol. Even if it's like a Gen 3 Glock made in Austria, a frame that would normally be legal, it's still not legal to transfer as a frame. So it doesn't just apply to ARs. It could be AKs. You could even get an AK flat, pre-bent receivers. You're only paying the 11% on the actual receiver. Aero Precision, for instance, has the Solus Action, and they actually sent us this when they first came out, and this is before they had their production rifle. I talked with them a bit. I wanted to build one of these, and I don't know that we've ever really filmed this thing, but this came out pretty sweet. Put it in a Sharps chassis, Magpul furniture, Proof Research barrel, and this thing basically turned out freaking awesome. Now, this is a lot lighter than the factory Solus that they gave us, the competition, and this is a great build. I love it, but to be honest, this thing, the way it's set up, this thing's my favorite. Aero Precision's awesome for sending us that. So if you wanted to build yourself a precision long-range rifle or even a lightweight hunting rifle, the Solus is a freaking killer option. And the reason being is that they're 700 pattern, so there's a billion stocks and chassis options out there. The bolts on these things are short throw. They're super glassy, even without being broken in. This is basically a brand new gun. I probably have 10, 20 rounds to this one. And they're set up to take pre-fit Zermatt Origin barrels. So these things time up and headspace perfect pretty much every time. So if you're a guy that wants to build one yourself, or you just want more options for how your rifle turns out, going with something like this helps quite a bit, as opposed to buying something that's, again, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, paying 11% on that. You could buy the Action for $400 or so, pay the excise tax on that, which is 11%. Everything else would only be sales tax as opposed to having to pay the additional excise tax. So if you have any questions about whether your gun would fall into the FET tax realm or if it's even possible to do it, you can always drop us a comment below.